Good morning, everyone. This is Rafe Gal. We are wrapping up, assuming I don't do horribly. Wrapping up Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. This is, I'm pretty sure, just going to be story leading into last boss fight. So if you have not seen the rest of these videos yet, this is your opportunity to go back and see them. You're not probably missing too much as far as story goes. This game does not have a ton of plot. This world is comfortable. I want to stay here forever. You do too, right? That's where you discarded the place you truly belong and desired this world. Hey, Deed, have you escaped? The only place for you is here. You don't want to leave this place. If you felt so, even once, you would no longer be here. Return to where you belong. Yeah, this is totally her having a... I'm pretty confident that the plot is literally, it was all just a dream. There's neat flavor to it. There's lots of little Easter eggs. Love, dreams, rage, revenge, these are just excuses. You simply attempted to learn what lies at the end of this journey, in an attempt to avert your eyes from that which you must truly know. You try to avert your eyes from reality in fear. Does this battle end? This question plagues you. But it is you who has chosen a battle with no end. Who chose to remain in this imaginary world? You did. If adventure is what you seek. Yeah. I did not notice quite the way that those were phrased, but it explains why there have been... I noticed that the way that they worded things was all weird. It didn't make sense. All you need to do is stand up and go outside if you wish to leave this imaginary world. There's no need to even considering living in this world. You seem quite lost. Harn, Deed, come on. Wait, something's wrong. This world, my consciousness, my memory, it's... If you want to live with the one you love, you must prepare yourself immediately. You must prepare yourself immediately. Okay. Be with the one I love, I must prepare. Okay. I love the fact that they have this cool spiral pattern at the end. Save complete. This is it, I believe. We'll see how this last boss goes. I think I'm gonna leave Stone Blast on. I like Stone Blast. It is cheap. It works well. I think I'm gonna stick with... I guess I'll stick with Indra. I'm kind of tempted to switch to Bow of Life or Homing Bow, but I feel like Indra is the most powerful, and I guess we'll try Soul Crusher. I feel like the GT might still be better just because of the speed, but you know what? We went kind of out of our way for this, and it does have a lot more reach, and that is the one downside with the GT. So, 99% on the map. That is what we wanted to see. Stretch quick, and let's do this. You've come. The world belongs to you and me. Now we can live here forever. Karn, my knight. I remember clearly now. You lost your life years ago. Okay. Suddenly, after all of this, the real you is dead. Yep. Okay. You know, I actually had an inkling. I was wondering when they started talking about they started talking about time a couple times, and my brain kind of went to, I wonder if... So Deedlit's an elf. She lives forever, so it's possible that Karn just, you know, passed away, and that this is like her escape from that. This is her dealing with tragedy. And that actually makes this about 30 times better than it has been the whole rest of the time. I just wish there'd been a little bit more to it. You've reached the end of your life in the most befitting way you could. I remember everything. If that's so, then who are you? Going against the providence of nature, out of my desire to be with you, my consciousness created you, then what I have begun, I will finish myself. Oof. Probably could have gone to the shop, I just realized. Oh, that hurt. So the last reward, and the reason I made a comment earlier about, oof. Okay. Would you just like to stun lock me? That's fine. You do that. Okay. So, the last hidden item I kind of was bemoaning at the end of last video is you can get Parn's sword during this fight by beating that entire first phase without getting hit. Now, while I don't like the super out of the way, kill that one enemy 100 times, jump on this one spot on the floor 50 times, this one I mind slightly less because there's no indicator if you lost it. You don't lose anything if you don't get it. It's just a cool Easter egg if you happen to get it. It's kind of just a little bonus reward in the end game. You literally get to use it for one. And it's basically just a reward if you already, if you're already doing the fight really well. So, that we're not going for that, just to be extremely clear. Yeah, outside of those two stun locks, this fight isn't that bad. Basically, when it gets... basically, the second cycle, it seems like, is where I'm getting screwed over. So let's... actually try... There we go. That was the piece I was missing. Was that you could teleport, or was that you could go past him. Okay, that actually doesn't feel like, now that I'm thinking about this, I'm pretty sure that I could beat that without getting hit, if I tried several times. Like, it would require some effort. Wow. Why do you deny me? You wanted me. I welcomed you happily. You've overcome your test. Now your wish shall be fulfilled. And yet, why? Wow. So oh man. Okay, so that giant eye is the intro screen. Like, as the game loads. Well, okay. Let's do some, let's do Will-o'-the-Wisp. I like the fact that they put that in there. I like the fact that it does have these bullet hell sections that really end up being challenging. This is gonna try and shoot me. I just realized, it's like, what are they doing? They're just kind of hovering there. Oh, they're rotating so they can shoot me. I get it now. Okay, we're gonna focus on defense for this part. Oh, okay. So one thing I will say, just from from observing this, and now I'm kind of, we probably have to do that whole first phase again. Well, I can see why you would end up getting Parn's sword then. If you have to do both phases every time. Okay, I'm actually going to do this real quick. Perfect. There we go. I did get hit. I only got hit twice that time. That felt pretty good. So, I'm glad that you don't have to beat giant weird memory Karn. Like giant, or Karn. I keep saying Karn. Karn. A little too aggressive this time, I think. I do still like the rocks better than the wisp, so maybe that part's good. Oh, okay. Underneath is safe. That actually helps a lot. I am using the GT this time. There we go. Okay, the GT is my favorite weapon. I don't know why. When I looked up something, it was talking about several other weapons as options, and it's like, no. GT. I'm happy. I like those small, fast weapons, apparently, even though normally in these games I don't. But the way that this works, especially with that hover, felt really good. Indeed. Going already? Yes. This is where we part ways, but you will live on forever in my memory. I see. So you've prepared yourself. It's actually sort of funny. When you faced death, what you feared, what you felt, I had almost forgotten. But wanting to traverse Lodoss together with you once more, and everything else about you. Oh, if only I could forget it all, it would be easier. I've just been running away from the truth. Parn, I love you. Okay. I've been kind of hard in this game as far as connection to Lodoss Wars, trying to figure out where it fits in canon, trying to figure out all these different pieces, saying that it could have just been a reskinned Castlevania. It's not. It's not. And that's one of the biggest... That makes me very happy. Like, clearly, the thought behind this fits really well with what they ended up doing. And I'm not 100% sure what that means. This morning, what happened? Was it all a dream? No, the touch of death I felt in battle. That was too alive and too real to be a dream. Miss Deed, it's been so long. How are you? You seem busy, Leaf. You're not doing well. Why would... Been shut away for so long. The elders were saying that at this rate, you've been taken away by the spirit of loneliness. Didn't really get any details, but apparently it's a really rare higher level. Okay, now I'm mad again. I'm just happy you're doing well. Hey, Leaf. I saw Parn, and then I fought Carla. I fought Shooting Star, too. Even Beld and Cashew. Everyone knows all that stuff. Guess you're right. Got a bit mixed up. Humans are forgetful creatures, but don't worry. The tale of Parn, Knight of Lodoss, and the Lady Deedlit. No one has forgotten that. Adventure. Why not turn it into a song? People could sing about it and keep the tale alive forever. I'll bring some parchment and ink right away. Okay. Everyone knows that stuff, huh? See. So it's just me who didn't want to know. The end of the tale of Parn, Knight of Lodoss. I'm going to sing your song. Goodbye and thank you, my Parn. Okay. This tale was not a dream. People do not live in the past. Knowing this, she can walk forward. This tale shall continue to be spun. Okay, I could have done without that. So, this game was really short. That's fine. It doesn't need to be longer than it was. A lot of the things that I was kind of confused and questioning about, I like better now that I've seen the ending. And it did have some foreshadowing to it, but I wish that there was a little bit more indication of it. I wish that there was and maybe I missed stuff. Maybe now that I'm aware of it, I would catch more going through the first time. Like, it went through and showed all the stuff from all the other characters. But there's a small part of it that I kind of... Namely, the end. I wish that the end stuff was a little bit more woven throughout. I wish that we saw Leaf. Because one of the things... And I guess that would just complicate things further. Because Leaf isn't from the original Lodoss War. She's from Chronicle of Heroic Knight, which is the second section. She's like the second generation heroes. But she's also an elf, so she'd be the only one who'd survive. That's why she's there. Along with maybe Carla. Which, honestly, I almost wish that it was Carla instead of Leaf at the end. Like, that would just be it'd be so weird. But it could, like, the idea of Deedlit and Carla being the only two that would really live on immortally. And Deedlit, like, making her peace, because Carla is screwed up, but she's not actually evil. Like, her whole thing is basically just if everybody keeps fighting, then no one will really gain power. Lady Deedlit. An age of war has descended once again. The Knight of Lodoss is needed more than ever. Where are you? What? He had the green eyes for a second. Okay. I see what you're doing. That's neat. So yeah. Overall, this game is good. Is it worth playing through? I mean, it's not super long. It's fun. I don't really see much in the way of replay value, though. Unless I'm missing something. Is there like a... I assume there's not like a New Game Plus? No. I assume, unless there's something... Yeah, there's no indication that there's any... I must have fallen asleep. Where am I? It feels familiar, but I don't know this place. I'm gonna have a look around. Okay. So yeah. I'll say... I'll stick with what I said. I waited a long time for this to come out of early access. It's not a bad game. It's a fun little game. You know, I got a good, 12 hours out of it? 14 hours, something like that. to 100% it. Most of the other games like this that I've played, though, at least have increased difficulty settings. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Timespinner has New Game Plus and, or Timespinner, rather, has New Game Plus and, actually, I know it does because I did the New Game Plus. So yeah, New Game Plus and, higher difficulty settings. And I feel like if this game is going to be as short and as easy as it was, it kind of needed that to really be worth what it is. The story was decent, especially once it concluded, but I also feel like if you didn't know enough about Lodoss, then you wouldn't have gotten as much out of this. I feel like it needed, like, a few more cutscenes, or a few more little, like, explanations, and I do wish that it tied everything together a little bit better. Like, they mentioned loneliness a few times, but they didn't really dwell on it, and they were, like, it was almost a battle between memory and loneliness, and I wish that they'd addressed, like, those themes more throughout it. They kind of did. Like, they brought them up, but it could have been heavier-handed. And I know that sounds weird, considering that I always complain about things being too heavy-handed sometimes. But, like, especially for somebody who doesn't know about Lodoss, that could have been really valuable. The other thing I wish, given that there are 6 sections to the game, is I wish that... So we had that one, like, weird playable flashback. And I wish that throughout the game, it gave you... Like, we had that one spot where we had to, like, get the souls to unlock a door. I wish that was at the end. And I wish that to get the souls, you had to find rooms, get playable flashbacks with those characters in them, so that you could actually get introduced to the characters if you weren't, like... I have consumed a lot of Lodoss media, and I still was missing some stuff. And people who haven't ever seen Lodoss Wars, this game is not going to be a rewarding story, I don't feel like, because you kind of still get the gist of it, but all the other characters, you're not getting as much out of. So, that's kind of my gripe, I guess. Or those are my 2 gripes. It's a little short. I wish it had better replay value, and I wish that the story was threaded a little bit more for people who weren't as familiar with the story. Other than that, though, it's a really good game. The actual, like, fights, some of them were kind of easy, but overall, they were good. And the spirit switching mechanic, like, the only complaint I have with that is that they didn't expand it. And I do understand, if there were more than 2 colors, I think it may get too complicated. But at the same time, I would also kind of welcome that, in a way. So yeah, it's an interesting game. It did end up doing some new things, and it did some old things in new ways as well. Specifically, like, I really love the float and high jump mechanics in this. The float is something I have not seen in another Metroidvania, and the way that they do the high jump actually feels a lot better than a lot of other high jumps in these type of games. So, yeah. I think that's, Also, I guess I've commented on it a few times, but the music and the art in this is gorgeous. The After Effects, the fact that the sprite... I mean, this is like old school Capcom levels of, like, huge, awesome retro sprites, and there are so many good effects that are done around it. Like, even just the fireflies and stuff in this, or the background, like, everything is just so beautiful in it. And that alone Like, if even if everything else aside, the art really does take this game up a notch, especially for those who are familiar with this, because a lot of those monsters and stuff are like little like throwaways or background things from the other games or from the movies and stuff. I don't know. It's neat. That's kind of my. I know that it feels lame as an endpoint or an ending thought, but no, it's neat. So, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.